Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. When a king stumbles at the doorstep of the gods, it is not his feet that are weak, but the foundation that has been tampered with. Okay? It is not a small something, no, as we are hearing. There is this rumor that just came out again today that the Ooni of Ife is rumored, alleged, speculated, no be me talkamly, to have fallen at the Osun shrine while trying to enter the shrine for a ritual. It is not a small something. As we are hearing what is going on, a king's spiritual fall is often a sign that something has gone wrong in his kingdom. But this cannot be overemphasized because it's something that we know with all the buzzwords and everything that has been happening in the palace. They said that Yanifa last week for 4 working days, marking some of their traditional market days. They were in the grove, the Odua Grove, okay, traditional forest, doing some rituals, incantation, rituals that have not been done for a very long time now. They were doing it. And the reason why they were doing it was to find answers to a lot of things that have been happening in the palace. You know, you and I, we only talk about Olori Naomi, the Ooni of Ife, Olori Naomi, the Ooni of Ife, Olori Naomi, the Ooni of Ife. The entire Ife is not just about the Ooni of Ife and Olori Naomi. Ife is big, and Ooni of Ife is the custodian of the Yoruba people, praying for the Yoruba people across the globe, and also making sure that everything is fine with, you know, the Yoruba people across the globe and everything. So there were a lot of things that were going on in the palace that we did not even know about, that had nothing to do with Olori Naomi. And so when Yanifa came, and they had to do everything to ensure that they fix some of those things. Hence the reason why Yanifa had to go with 7 other Ifa priests to the sacred forest for some of those rituals that were performed. Right there, they were able to make some findings and all of that. And so now when they came back, okay, there were certain rituals that were supposed to be done in some of these shrines that are right there inside the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And one of those rituals that they were supposed to do happens to be one of the rituals that they were supposed to do at the Osun, you know, shrine. And they say, as Ooni of Ife was entering, usually you know that he enters through the back, okay? He uses his back to enter. And as they say that as he was entering through his back, he tripped and he fell. With due respect, our king, he tripped and he fell. And that is something that is not taken lightly in the Yoruba land. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the sources still on the royals. My people, how are you guys doing? Dela Right, I love you guys. I love you guys, my lovers. Thank you, people. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your comments. I want you to know that I am seeing your comments. I am responding. And, you know, I love you guys so much, okay? The good, the bad, the ugly comments. I love all of it. I appreciate you. For those who are insulting me, thank you so much. But at least what's important is that you engaged, okay? Thank you. Appreciate you for coming, okay? But before you insult me, do not forget that I will always be one of those bloggers who will tell you that, look, these are all alleged, rumored, speculated, unverified information making the rounds on social media that should not be taken as, you know, fact, okay? I am one of those bloggers that is not afraid to say that to you because I respect you and I know that you guys are smart enough to know the difference. Well, going back to what is going on now, if the information is true, they said the Ooni of Ife tripped and fell while trying to enter the Osun shrine, okay? Dela right, this is something unusual, okay, that has happened. Sometimes, you know, some things are, you know, left better left the way they are, okay? But however, this is something we want to talk about, because on this channel, we are not just, talking about Queen Naomi and the Ooni of Ife. We are learning a lot about history, and the historical part of the events that you learn on this channel, they are all, the truth applicable to what is happening, okay? Now, in the ancient city of Ile-Ife, they said, something shocking has happened. As we are all aware, the Ooni of Ife, is a revered custodian of the Yoruba heritage, the sacred voice of our ancestors, that's the Yoruba people, okay? Now, they said he failed while trying to enter an Osun shrine for ritual. Now, this is not just an ordinary fall. This is not something to be, brushed aside as a mere accident. In, the Yoruba rich and deeply spiritual tradition, when a king, especially one as spiritually fortified as the Ooni of Ife, falls at the doorstep of a deity, it carries weighty implications. Ones that could shake the very foundation of the, palace, okay? Now, the Ooni of Ife is not just a king. I will continue to say this over and over again because I know that is true. He is not just a king. He is a spiritual embodiment of Oduduwa, the very first ancestor of the Yoruba people. He is very, his every step is guided by unseen forces. His presence at a shrine is not an ordinary visit. It's a meeting between the physical and the spiritual. When an Ooni falls at the entrance of a shrine dedicated to Osun, the river goddess of fertility, healing, and justice, it sends shiver down the spines of those who understand the deeper meaning of such, occurrence, okay? Now, traditionally, when a king falls, especially with a sacred space, it's, within a sacred space, is considered a direct warning from the deities. It could mean that he has stepped on forbidden ground, that there is impurity in his court, or worse, that those closest to him are plotting against him. This is no longer, a laughing matter, okay? Delara, this is an omen that cannot be ignored. They said the ancestors are speaking, and they had to, say that. Now, the Osun Shrine is no ordinary place. It is one of the most powerful spiritual locations in Yoruba land. It is where sacrifices are made to appease Osun, where, mysteries are revealed, and where the balance between life and the unseen world is maintained. For the Ooni of Ife to have fallen at such a place suggests that something is out of order, either with him, the palace, or the land of Ife itself, okay? Now, could it be that there are betrayals within the palace walls? Could it be that those who eat and drink with him, those who bow before him, are secretly working against him? History tells us that when a king's steps becomes unstable, when he begins to fall in places he should walk with power, then there are hidden hands pulling invisible string, okay? Now, they say since the incidents, the atmosphere in Ife has changed. Elders are whispering in hushed tones. The chiefs are uneasy. Those who understand the ways of the ancestors know that this is a sign that something must be done immediately. The king must seek purification. He must consult the oracle. The palace must be cleansed. And above all, those who sit closest to him must be watched carefully. Okay, they are saying the people of Ife are now new to palace. They are not new to palace betrayals. History has recorded moments when trusted allies turned against the throne. Kings have been dethroned. Are you aware that kings have been dethroned? Yes, the reason why I am not, bringing this kind of history to you right now is because apart from, blogging, I am also working. I told you I'm a doctor and, I'm a psychologist, right? And so, coming back every day to do it's difficult, but when I have the time, I I will bring my lovers Daylight into real history, because we need to learn history here. Oh. I am telling you, okay, for those who are fascinated about the Yoruba culture the way that I am, okay. Now, some have been, poisoned, as in in the throne of Yoruba. Others have mysteriously lost their power. Could this be another moment in history where a great ruler is being targeted from within? Now, they are saying this is not the time for silence. Ife must act, the Oni must undergo a serious spiritual cleansing, the elders must gather, the diviners must be consulted, and those who think they can conspire in the shadow must be exposed before it's too late. This is what they are saying. If there is one thing history has taught people of Ife, is that when the gods send a warning, it is not to be ignored. Disaster follows. The ancestors do not waste their time speaking in riddles. The Oni fall is not just a fall, it is a sign that all is not well. This is what we are hearing that is going on in the palace of the Oni of Ife. I love you guys. Daylight. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media. I'm going to bring you more update and should not be seen as fact. I love you guys. Stay alright. Thank you.